The City Council meeting of September 12, 2023 is hereby called to order at 6:06 p.m. The invocation will be done by our city clerk.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we pray that you guide us always and satisfy the needs that need to be met during this meeting. Please provide strength to the council as to make tough decisions. Help us work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask this in your loving name. Amen.
Amen. Is there anyone here who is a military veteran or currently serving in the military? I would like to acknowledge Mr. Reynaldo Rodriguez. Thank you for your service. The flag salute will be led by Victor Farfan.
Could you please stand? Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
Will the city clerk please provide a roll call?
Councilmember DePaula,
Here.
Councilmember Roa,
Here.
Councilmember Vargas,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Farfan, Mayor Del Rio.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Now is the time for public comment. Is there any public comments? Please come forward.
Make sure it's on. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City Manager. I just wanted to bring to the attention, I know several months ago, we had a meeting with our Mayor, Maria Teresa, and also with Councilmember Ernie Vargas. And we wanted to see if we could do another follow-up meeting. I know that you guys asked, or you guys mentioned at that same meeting that we could meet. And I think both unions are ready to meet, and we're just looking forward to see what day is good. That way we could meet. Some of the issues that I think both unions are in agreement. That way we could present them. I know that some of them were brought up, and you guys addressed some of them in the letter. But I just want to make sure that if we could set up that meeting with both of the unions, obviously, and if possible, like we did it last time here, I think it was very appropriate. And to invite everyone, anybody. I don't think we don't have anything to hide. I think we should be transparent. And then that way, have everyone here. Okay, by the way, my name's Jesus Mendoza, and actually I was given the proper authority from both the rank and file and also the management to be able to come and address to you guys. So, thank you.
Are there any other public comments? We can now close public comment. We now move to proclamations and certificates. The certificates, we're going to be moving this item until after consent calendar. Then we do have 2 presentations today. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the recreation presentation today because we're still updating the audio and video. But we do have a presentation from Angelique Granados, Community Library Manager.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council, Hawaiian Gardens staff and residents. I have 2 library initiatives and 3 new programming updates to share tonight. First, our annual bookmark contest is now open. Students in kindergarten through 12th grade are invited to represent Hawaiian Gardens by creating their own bookmark designs to celebrate books, reading, and creativity. Entries can be turned in online or at the library through October 21st. Additionally, September is Library Card Sign-Up Month, Anyone who registers for a new card will receive a special tote bag and pencil pouch while supplies last. This year, we are also offering current library card holders these items when they update their accounts with an email address. For programming, there are updates across all age groups. Our library is starting a new Let's Read Together program for children ages 5 through 8. This is a monthly book club for kids who are starting to learn how to read and want to practice reading aloud, and will include short discussions to help improve reading comprehension skills. This program will take place on the last Thursday of the month throughout this quarter at 3:30 p.m. For teens, the Makemo librarian will be coming to Hawaiian Gardens on Tuesday, September 26th at 3 p.m. He'll be presenting an Ozobots puzzle challenge designed to help teens begin learning robotics and coding skills. For adults, we'll be hosting a book bingo program on Wednesday, September 27th at 6:30 p.m. to win a variety of books and book-themed prizes. Last, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation to Eric Leone and the Teen Center for our continued partnership in providing life skills programming and for inviting us to participate in the back-to-school events this year. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them at this time.
Thank you for coming once again.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Angelique. We now move to agenda organization. Would any council member like to make any changes to the agenda? May I have a motion to approve the agenda in its entirety as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve.
May I get a second?
I'll second that motion.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Councilmember DePaula,
Yes.
Councilmember Roa, Councilmember Vargas,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Farfan,
Yes.
Mayor Del Rio.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We now move to public hearings. Tonight, there's none. We move to consent calendar. Does any council member want to pull any agenda item from the consent calendar for separate discussion? I would actually like to pull item 5 for separate discussion. May I have a motion to approve the consent calendar in its entirety as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the remainder of the consent calendar in its entirety.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Councilmember DePaula, Councilmember Roa, Councilmember Vargas,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Farfan,
Yes.
Mayor Del Rio.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We now move to item 5, recommendation to approve a contract between the City of Hawaiian Gardens and the Public Sector Personnel Consultants to services related to the classification and compensation study to be conducted in conjunction with the Human Resource Department. Can I get a staff report, please, Rosario?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor, council members, and everyone. The item I am presenting for consideration tonight is the approval of the Class and Comp Study Agreement with Public Sector Personnel Consultants. In June 2023, I contacted a total of 8 companies for an informal proposal of services and pricing. Only 2 companies provided quotes, and one of them was late. Public Sector Personnel Consultants was the most responsive company and timely submitted a proposal with estimated costs for major components of the project and optional add-on components. The budget approved to fund the Class and Comp study as of fiscal year 2023-2024 is of $100,000. The estimated total cost of the project is $61,600. Public sector personnel consultants can start the project as early as the last week of September 2023. The scope of the Class and Comp study is expected to provide a comprehensive review of every existing job within the city, including interviews with employees and managers and desk audits, a revision of all existing job classifications and recommendations for changes and adjustments. This would include adjustments or rewriting of job descriptions, benefits and total compensation survey and review to include a revision of pay ranges and step progressions, and the adoption of benchmarking standards with other comparable California cities. If there aren't any questions that I can try to answer at this point, I'd like to thank everyone for your time and consideration.
Any questions? Thank you, Rosario, for this presentation. I just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware out there that we are working as promised on the work comp study. I know we haven't had one in a very long time, and we're hoping that this is a smooth transition. And my only question is, how long will it be for it to be completed? Did you get any information from them?
It really depends because of the many moving pieces and protocols and bureaucracy, et cetera. But typically, anywhere from 3 months to 6 months would be reasonable.
Okay, thank you.
And when does it start?
It's up to us, but this company can start as early as the last week of the month, this month, September.
We're prepared to start now.
We are prepared to start the last week of September or early October. Is really is up to us and up to getting the agreement signed.
And you said the longest amount of time would be 6 months?
That is just an estimate.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I get a motion.
Yes, I make a motion to move approval on item 5.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that motion.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Councilmember DePaula,
Yes.
Councilmember Roa, Councilmember Vargas,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Farfan, Mayor Del Rio.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, now we go back to proclamations and certificates. Tonight, we're going to be presenting certificates of appreciation to local barbers and hairstylists that donated free haircut brochures at our schools, and also they donated supplies at our movie night event. Okay, the first certificate is presented to CK's Barbershop. The City Council of the City of Hawaiian Gardens appreciates your generous donation of free haircut brochures that we're giving out at Movie Night at the Park on August 4th, at the Teen Center Book Fair School Supply Giveaway event on August 10th. Your kindness and willingness to support our community helped our students feel even more prepared for the upcoming school year. City of Hawaiian Gardens presents the certificate of appreciation to Griselle Mosby, the Hair Lounge. The City Council of the City of Hawaiian Gardens appreciates your generous donation of free haircut brochures that we're giving out at the movie at the park on August 4th, and at the Teen Center Book Fair School Supply Giveaway event on August 10th. Your kindness and willingness to the support of our community help our students feel even more prepared for the upcoming school year. We have also certificates for Nancy Barrios, the Hair Lounge, Alberto Salas, the Volt Barber Lounge, the City Council of the City of Hawaiian Gardens appreciates your generous donation of the free haircut brochures that we're giving out at the movie at the park on August 4th, And at the Teen Center Book Fair School Supply Giveaway event on August 10th, your kindness and willingness to support our community helped our students feel even more prepared for the upcoming school year. Alberto Salas. We also want to thank Maritza Gonzalez, Hair by Maritza, and Miguel Rodriguez, Mr. Barbershop. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alberto Salas. I grew up here in Hawaiian Gardens, so it was a no-brainer when they asked me, hey, you want to donate some haircuts? I said, no problem. The city has provided a lot for me growing up, so it was awesome to help out and do what I can for the city whenever I can. I do what I can when I can, so it was awesome. So I appreciate you guys reaching out, and I'll do it again whenever you guys just let me know. Thank you.
We now move to discussion items. There's no discussion items tonight. Committee reports. Are there any committee reports? Is there any new business? Are there any oral staff reports? Joe, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a couple of announcements. On next week, September 23rd, we have our first ever Open Street Fair here on Civic Center Drive. Just want to clarify that it is an event from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. where we're going to have some music, entertainment, food, and activities for the families. But starting at 8:30 a.m., we will be having a fun run for families and everyone in our community. It's free. Involved with this fun run is going to be an obstacle course of inflatables, bubbles, and color. So color powder. So it'll be a fun activity. Hopefully everyone out in the community could join us on that day. Once again, it starts at 8 a.m. To 2 p.m. Also, excuse me, we've been getting inquiries about programming for 3 to 6-year-olds. We are pleased to announce that we are working on programming starting October to implement a 12-week program for youth involving sports, where it's going to target 3 to 6-year-olds and kind of introduce them to sports for basketball, soccer, baseball, and kind of a rotation of these activities. And that's going to start in October. And it is like a 12-week program, and that will be announced soon on social media and all that. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Any other staff reports? City attorney reports?
Tonight, Madam Mayor.
Are there any oral council reports?
Yes, actually, I can start. Last week, I had the opportunity to attend the event at the Teen Center, which I think was the first time that we ever do some kind of like house opening, or I'm not sure if that's the proper term, but it was good to go out there and see the collaboration between the different organizations. It was a small venue. Obviously, our teen center is small, but it was all the local players in the area. So the ABC School District, Cerritos College, the Organization Against Drugs, the Vector Control. So it was good to see the information and the different groups come together on behalf of our community. So I think very well done. I want to thank Eric and his staff and everybody that was out there, Rodo, if I miss anybody. But it was very well put together. There was a lot of teens. Unfortunately, maybe not the participation of the parents that we would have expected, but there was a few families. But ultimately, I think the goal is to try to have these events to continue to bring the families and connect them with the resources in our community. In addition to that, I had the opportunity to train the training last Saturday, and it was very informative. There is an organization out there called Atlas, which provides a free app that connects staff and local officials with grants, either local or federal grants, and they make this available so that you can narrow down your searches, and I think it's a tool that we can potentially use here in our community. And I had the opportunity to speak with some of the other cities as well. But one of the biggest topics that keeps coming back when we attend these conferences is the legislative committee, which it's composed of some of the members of contract cities, but also from like the sheriff's department and the police department. And one of the things that they encourage us to keep an eye is on SB 94, which is the release of individuals on life without parole, and another one that was recently presented and passed at the Senate level, which is Bill 58, which is the decriminalizing the possession or personal use of a limited list of natural psychedelics, including magic mushrooms. And so that is now at the governor's level, and that's something that constantly keeps coming up, and also the efforts of the law enforcement and some of the policies that are being created and how they affect local communities. So overall, I think it's very informative, and we just continue to learn and hopefully work with our law enforcement and do what we can do.
Again, I'd like to thank our local barbers and hairstylists in providing those resources to our community. Thank you to Jesus and Eric for giving them the opportunity that they could share, that resource to our community. I believe that raising our children and our students, it's a shared responsibility. And if we could continue to give that opportunity to our residents and local businesses even, to continue contributing in that effort. Again, I'd like to thank our local barbers and hairstylists. And thank you again for our staff for the recently concluded youth sports, the baseball, the t-ball. And it was great, but I missed the closing program. I'll tell you why. But I've been to some of the games, and it's amazing because I used to be coach for t-ball. And just amazing how the growth of our participants, coming from a t-ball and now baseball players. I'd like to thank our families who are continually participating in our programs, and our staff. It's a lot of work dragging the baseball bats and all of that. I did that. So thank you so much for your consistency and your efforts, and I appreciate your hard work. The reason why I was not at the closing program because I went to a conference, and there's a lot of takeaways. Just today, I sent an email to Oni Williams, who's the homeless initiative under the LA County. So his efforts is he advocates for our communities. So what he does, he provides resources that we could utilize in our city. So I sent an email to him so that we could continue what has been done already in our city in addressing homelessness and the issues of housing. And also we learned about maximizing Inflation Act funds for our community. I'm gonna be working with reaching out to our Congresswoman so that we could utilize those resources that is intended for our community. Other than that, I met with the CEO of MAOF, the Mexican American Opportunity Foundation, and I gave him the invitation to visit our city. As you know, we have a child care center that is that is funded by MAOF in partnership with our city, but they have also amazing programs for the seniors. So hopefully we could continue our partnership with them and expand those opportunities. And also today is National Encouragement Day. I know that each of us is trying our best or doing our best to elevate our community. So I encourage you to encourage someone right next to you and tell them you did a good job, because like I said, this is a shared responsibility. And another thing, I attended the Boba with a Tea, and it was one of the best or well participated community event where it was led by our local deputies, and the captain was there. It was a space where a safe space for our community members to interact with our law enforcement, and we have a lot of participants that day. According to the record, there were 98 boba tea that was ordered. So in other words, we had roughly around that participants. So good job for that first boba tea with the deputy. And I attended the Teen Center open house and resource fair. It only showed how, if we bring the resources and collaborate and partner with other agencies, we could bring, more help for our community members. It was well participated, and I'd like to thank our staff again for putting that together. It was a great thing that, our relationships with different agencies enable our staff to, reach out to them. So if we could continue to foster that good relationship with different agencies, and hopefully in the next few months we could see the realization of our hopes in, bringing that resource to our community members. Again, there's some grants that are available out there. As your city council, we work hard so that we could bring and apply for those grants. That way we could utilize that and we could benefit our community. I think that's it. Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to, is this thing on? Okay. Joe, your staff did an excellent job there at the resource event with the teens, and just the overall showing of all the kids and some of the parents and the events and the resources of those that came. Excellent job. So just wanted to comment.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. It was definitely a well-organized event, and I just want to encourage the general public to really take advantage of these events, because often more than not, we have these representatives come to the city council meetings to showcase the resources they have for the general public. And events like this allow the general public, if they're not able to come to a council meeting, to go firsthand, meet them, and learn about the programs. I took some time talking to Fedi, and they were talking to me about the Dream Center, and it's basically an area within the school campus that they have for students that allows them to kind of have a free space. And I know lots goes on with like mental health and awareness. In this particular area, it's designed for students to, if they're feeling any type of anxiety, stress, it allows them to kind of go into that room, maybe talk to similar people, kind of decompress if they need additional assistance. And then I spent some time talking to our assembly members representative, and they were telling me about a great internship program that they have for sophomores as well as juniors in high school, where they can conduct, I think it's about maybe 2 months or 3 months internship program, which will help them essentially later on if they're applying to college. So there's a number of different programs that parents should be aware of that their kids could take advantage of. Obviously, Salico is also there, and Salico has been a great partner with the City of Hawaiian Gardens to help place a youth with jobs. So I really want to encourage parents, if you can't make it to the council meeting, please try to make it to these community events. These are for you. They're designed with you in mind to really take full advantage of the programs that we have set forth for you guys. And as Joe mentioned, we have this, fun event for all our youth and our kids, and we really just want to encourage everyone to come out and participate. Once again, it's all designed with you in mind. So I also attended the boba with the police officers, the sheriffs, and that was a great event. That was a very relaxed environment. You know, it's this hot day, and everyone took advantage of, getting some boba and having a, really easy conversation with the deputies and just chatting and checking in. So.
Also, I want to report back that I had the opportunity to attend our Gateway City conference this last week. It was a very informative conference. They had sessions that included transportation, economic development, housing, and homelessness. There was they're renaming the Metro West Santa Ana corridor. We encourage everyone to participate. There's prizes out there if they choose the name that you applied for. So we're really looking forward to that. So I encourage the community to participate in this contest. There's a link in our Instagram and Facebook page where you can go and choose a name that you would like to, and if you win, there's prizes out there. Also, we did talk about homelessness and things that we as communities could work together so that we can be able to house those people that don't have a place to stay. I know that we have brochures here that pays for their stay, and we will continue to do that. We have our neighboring city, Bellflower, that has a shelter, so we're just trying to make sure that these people are housed and they have a safe place to stay. Also, I want to thank Lisa, Councilmember Avalon, and the city of Avalon for their hospitality while we were at the island, and everyone that participated in putting together the conference. Also, I attended the contract cities. I want to echo a little bit what my colleagues said, Councilmember Roa and Councilmember DePaula. There was great topics that were discussed at that seminar. One of the ones that was a very controversial, and it's not just our cities that are dealing with this issue, is the street vendors. It's not just our cities, but it's other cities, and we're all working together to try to find solutions. We also talked about the Inflation Reduction Act Fund. Like Councilmember Roa said, I was very interested in the Climate Portal program that they have out there. Is at no cost. We as a city can go and register and try to find funding for climate change. So these seminars to me are very important because we do get to bring back information to our community to get better resources and help our community members. Also, I want to congratulate Melissa Flores, resident of our sister city. 2 weeks ago, she won the Miss Mexico pageant, and we are so proud of her. She's gonna be representing Mexico in Miss Universe. Congratulations to Melissa Flores. Any other questions? Tonight we don't have any closed session. There being no further business, I adjourn this meeting at 6:39 p.m. to the next council meeting to be held on Tuesday, September 26, 2023 at 6 p.m. Thank you. Have a good night.